Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our counter talk here at Formnext 2021. We are visiting ARBURG, and I have two dear guests with me to talk about today's day at the trade show. Oh, beautiful. This is not a beer, this is not a whiskey, this is a gin tonic. Gentlemen, Frank Virus of tesa and Lukas Pawelczyk of ARBURG, welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
And cheers. Cheers.
Lukas.
Wow, what a beautiful way to end the trade show day. That was an exciting day, day two here at Formnext. How did you experience the day? Was it busy on your booth?
Yes, it was definitely busy, and we were very happy to see a lot of our customers here, a lot of people who had new projects regarding additive manufacturing. And the good thing was, we were not sure if it still has the international character as it has in the past, but we had our customers from Italy, from France, from the UK. So it was kind of back before COVID.
Okay. Frank, at tesa you have, I could say, a long experience with 3D printed parts. You are very much into the topic. What is your impression? Is this place to be on a worldwide scale? Is this really the melting pot for 3D printing here in Frankfurt?
It is. From my opinion, it is. Sometimes I'm thinking about if it's not, if you hear some special news from Japan or also from the US, you're thinking, okay, maybe there's also something like a melting pot in there. But from the exciting talk that we have here, from the visitors here, I agree, very international, not expected that. I think this is the center here in Frankfurt, it's the center of additive manufacturing.
And we were all expecting that, right? When we came here to Frankfurt, many of us were uncertain whether that is really still the Formnext that we knew 2 years ago, but it truly is. And I have the impression there's a lot of money around here. So people are really spending money and signing contracts, right?
So we can see step by step by every Formnext that the projects the customer are coming are really now not, okay, this is my injection molded part, can I do it now on a 3D printer cheaper and faster? No. They have the knowledge about additive manufacturing, think additive, the benefit when it comes to lightweight, when it comes to functional integration. So the projects are getting better and better. And I think this year, so until now, also the customer were also focusing more on sustainability. Yeah. So, and I think Frank has a very nice example when it comes to sustainability also.
That's my keyword.
Yeah, okay.
That's my keyword, really.
Yeah.
So
tell me about it.
What we're discussing with all the visitors so far is mainly our sustainable approach by printing out adhesive tapes directly onto substrates, onto parts, so as an additional layer to save some resources, to save some energy as well, to have a lean production, then to have a decentralization of the production as well. So these topics more and more important for our customers and our visitors as well. So even if we do not have an own booth here, we are guests of ARBURG, so thanks for that. As we're working in our lab and also in our production with the ARBURG freeformer, we take the opportunity, and we have the opportunity to share some results, to share also some ideas, and talk about these ideas here with the people.
In the past, in the recent Formnext trade shows, I had the impression that the scale or the difference between the big boys, the big companies, and the startups was extreme, right? So we had the very small companies and the very big companies, and they were not really a matching point. This year, I have the impression that it is much more professionalized, right? So companies like ARBURG, you are an industrial partner, you have a long tradition.
Yes.
But the difference to those other companies is getting smaller, I think. They're coming closer to your professionalism. Do you share this impression?
I think that's a good sign for the whole industry, We are seeing that more and more startups are getting more and more professional also, and I think that's important for the whole industry. Of course, everybody, some of our customers or some of the people have still the thinking in mind that you can print everything. And this is not true, or sometimes doesn't make sense. But you have a lot of opportunities, a lot of new products can be developed with additive manufacturing. And so we are very glad that this industry is getting more and more professional. And we are not really talking anymore about 3D printing, we're really talking about manufacturing. Mm-hmm. So and that's an additional tool, an additional manufacturing technology where you can completely produce new products.
Frank, for tesa, is additive manufacturing still an experimental thing, or has it become or converted into a true manufacturing topic?
Yeah, it is a rising star, I would say. So for the moment, it is more research and development. For different reasons. Also, one reason our customers, of course, they are not ready for 3-dimensional printing. They have to think about that more and more many times. So, but we are trying to convince them with good and new solutions, so with additional benefits, and that's the thing also Lukas mentioned. It is not bringing the same solution, for our case, the bonding solution, into 3-dimensional printing. No, it is bringing more advantages into the whole system. So
okay.
That will convince them more and more. So it's also something that we have to look around with our business model on working with additive manufacturing. So as a tape company like tesa is, we are selling square meters. So, and that's what we are counting, yeah?
Yeah.
So with 3-dimensional printing, we sell more a solution, a bonding solution, but that's part of our mission goal of the company, yeah?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Got you. Very exciting.
Getting more important.
What is the most asked question here on your booth? If you reflect on this day today, what are people asking most?
That's a very
Not
good
about
question.
gin, right? Not gin tonic.
What can we drink? No. Yeah, I think what the people ask is, hey, what is new? For 2 years now, Formnext was not taking place. It was taking place digitally, but the people want to touch the parts.
Yeah.
They want to see the parts.
Yeah.
So they're coming exciting here, visiting us, our booth, and they are saying, hey, well, what is new? Do you have some parts that we can touch?
And
what kind of applications?
What are you telling them? What is new?
So for us, what is definitely new is that we are printing now high temperature material like PEEK. We've seen, for sure, the medical industry is one of the key industries for additive manufacturing, because every one of us is an individual. So I will probably later on need a different implant than someone else. So for us, it was very important now to show that we are now able to print PEEK, implantable material, and we are really now working with customers at the point of care, at hospitals, to deliver a solution as fast as possible for the patient. So that's actually what is new for us. Okay. And also that we are not just thinking about material and machine. We want to do a whole environment for the customer. So what kind of service do we provide him? What kind of extra options for documentation, for process monitoring? So this is the whole environment together with this printing. That's what is new here in our booth.
Frank, in your case, with a huge company, you took some time ago the decision to look for a partner for 3D printing in ARBURG. Right? So, but you could have gone to a very small company, to a startup company like many others do. Why did you go to the big boys and not to the small ones?
So the reason is maybe that we started by almost zero with our technology to bring it into 3-dimensional printing. So in addition to start with the 3-dimensional printing process as well with on a very low level, and to develop some companies there or whatever could be an idea, but to ask an expert and to work with an expert, cooperate with an expert, was the better idea, the faster idea then. So we had enough work to do by bringing our adhesive technology, our recipes into a state where it is printable then. So it must be sure and clear that it's from process-wise that it's possible to use this material there. So therefore we asked ARBURG about that, and also what they have done, they convinced us very fast with their flexibility and also with their precision. So very high precision printouts, very important for us, as we are only thinking of printing of 1 or 2 or maybe 3 layer, and then we are done with our 3-dimensional printing usually. So
may I quickly interrupt, because there's a really nice story. You know, I would maybe call it also a love story about the Formnext and tesa and us, because I can remember that, Frank, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, 1 week or 2 weeks before Formnext, suddenly tesa called ARBURG, and the lady at the person at the front desk forwarded this phone call to me, and it was Frank. And he said, hey, I'm from tesa and we are interested in 3D printing. And I was like, okay, I know tesa from kindergarten, school, from my household. What do we want to do with 3D printing? And I said, hey, let's meet on Formnext and to discuss that. And now 4 years later, we are standing here together with tesa.
And with 3 glasses of gin tonic.
With 3 glasses of gin tonic and representing their application, you know.
It couldn't be better, and I think that's a good last word for our today's show. It was a pleasure meeting you. Well. Pleasure talking to you, and thank you very much for that, and enjoy the rest of Formnext 2021.
Thank
you
very much.
And cheers.